The search for Brian Laundrie intensifies every day, raising more and more questions of where he could possibly be, especially now with his father assisting in the search efforts. Your questions matter, and we want to answer them as best we can tonight. NewsNation's Brian Entin is back along with former FBI agent Jennifer Coffendorfer, and we have selected some of your questions from Twitter for both Brian and Jennifer. Guys, good to see you. Jennifer, this first question is for you, and it comes from Kayla.
Why do you think the police brought in Christopher now rather than 3 weeks ago?
Well, I believe there's always been an open invitation for the Laundries to cooperate. And in fact, I'm sure the FBI have invited him out there in the past, have offered for them to take a polygraph to exonerate any involvement in this situation, have asked to extensively interview them. And now, finally, he has agreed to accept this invitation. In addition, I think because the waters are receding, there are additional areas that they're looking at that they feel he might be able to help assist in determining where Brian Laundrie in the past has camped, where he's hiked, and possibly, if they found some sort of campsite, he could assist with details concerning that.
Yeah, the family attorney saying that Mom and Dad are hopeful they can continue to assist. All right, Brian, this question is for you.
Hi, it's Sharon from New Jersey. My question is, why was only Brian's father, Chris, brought into the reserve to assist in the search today? Why was Brian's mother not asked to join? Thank you.
Well, we know Brian's mother, Roberta, was inside the house the whole time today. She did not go to the reserve. We're not exactly sure why, but according to the Laundrie family attorney, Mr. Bertolino, he says that Chris, Brian's dad, and Brian would hike together at the reserve, and that Chris knew the areas of the reserve that Brian would frequent, so it would make sense that he would be the one to go out and assist police.
Maybe Mom not as familiar with the area. All right, Jennifer, this question is for you from Amber.
My question is, do you think there is a possibility that Brian's parents, or at least Christopher, may have made some kind of immunity deal with the FBI, and that's why he's now assisting in the search for Brian?
No, I don't believe there's any immunity deal even on the table. And I believe if the FBI did want to get immunity from anyone, it would be Cassie Laundrie.
Why is that? I'm going to follow up with you, Jennifer. Why Cassie?
Because I think she's already made overtures that she's concerned about this entire situation, her lack of communication. She came out, that was an overt act of being more forthright and being upset with this entire situation. And I think she's about filled to here with it and ready to come forward, possibly in the future.
She was clearly frustrated. All right, Jennifer, we've got one more for you. This is from Caitlin.
My question for Jennifer is, once Brian Laundrie is found, or if there's some sort of resolution to the case, how much will the public find out? I know there's a thirst for knowledge right now. Will we find out everything we've been waiting for about what happened and what the autopsy report said, or will they hold back and we will not have the whole picture?
The whole picture will become available to the public whenever the murder or the person who committed that murder is charged, and they have to go through, assuming they don't plead guilty, a public trial. So you're going to see those autopsy results. You're going to see witness after witness concerning this case. You're going to see evidence from that crime scene. You're going to get to see everything that everybody is thirsting for, and that is what happened to Gabby specifically.
And that is if they make an arrest in this case and charge with her murder. All right, Brian, this question is for you from Katie.
I was wondering if you knew of any details about the Appalachian Trail. Have the FBI searched it yet? Are they planning to search it? Or do we know of any details about it?
Well, we know that there is an investigation happening right now out at the Appalachian Trail, and I know that because just before the show tonight, I spoke to Dennis the hiker again. You remember over the weekend, he's the man who claims that he saw Brian Laundrie out there near the Tennessee-North Carolina border. He told me tonight that yesterday he met with FBI agents for 45 minutes, that they took really detailed notes. He believes that they're taking him seriously and that the investigation is ongoing there.
Brian, thank you. We've got one more for you, Jennifer. This is from Richie tonight.
Could it be possible that the FBI does in fact know the exact location of Brian Laundrie, but they're just not ready yet to apprehend? And if this is possible, what would some of those reasons be?
The FBI does not know where Brian Laundrie is. If they did, they would immediately take him into custody. He would have to answer for the charges. He would be arrested and put in jail pending the outcomes of different hearings, while the FBI could take more time to work on the overall murder investigation of Gabby Petito.
Jennifer, I had one more question for you. This is just on my own, thinking about all of the time and the resources and the energy that the FBI is putting into this search right now. They don't do that if they think somebody isn't alive. What do you glean from the amount of effort in this investigation at this point?
They believe Brian Laundrie is alive, and they also don't want another situation where they haven't thoroughly searched that reserve. I give you the example of Eric Rudolph, where for 5 years he evaded FBI detection and law enforcement detection. They do not want to leave any stone unturned at that reserve, but they're keeping in mind, Marnie, where that information came from. The fact that the parents, that vehicle, they came back and got the vehicle, even though supposedly their son was there in the reserve. Pulled that vehicle out.
Right. The other question I have, and in any high-profile case that I've ever covered, and together we've collectively covered, the investigators are typically out front, answering questions daily on what they found, what they're doing, what's next. That's not happening in the search for Brian Laundrie. Why is that, do you think?
Because they can't have any facts coming through over the media that then might confuse what are true witness statements that are backed by facts those witnesses saw with their own eyes, as opposed that they found out or heard through the media. So it is crucial in this type of investigation that all evidence comes from witnesses and nothing is leaked to the media. Nothing.
You know, the other thing, Brian, that I keep wondering, you've been in Northport for weeks now, watching that community as really the world's eyes are on that spot of the country. How is the community reacting, responding? Are they saying anything? Is there a level of frustration growing, not just on that street tonight, but throughout Northport?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody in Northport is talking about this case and is frustrated. And frankly, most people that we talk to are upset with the Laundries, wanting them to come forward with more information. I mean, everywhere you go to go buy a sandwich or to get gas for the car, everybody wants to talk about this case. And people here are really invested, obviously feeling bad for Gabby's family. There's actually a very large memorial right near Northport City Hall, where every day we drive by, there's people out there dropping off flowers. So this is deep-rooted here in Northport.
Well, and what do they do? Are they retired? Do we know? Do they have jobs that they're not going to right now, holed up in that house?
Well, we know at one point they owned some kind of juicing company, but it's my understanding they could possibly be retired now, especially because they just don't leave the house. I mean, they had groceries delivered today, so after the dad went to the reserve, he briefly came to the screen door and took the groceries in. But besides that, they barely ever leave, so they clearly don't have jobs to go to at this point.
Yeah, and I don't know how you could work given the scrutiny they're under. Brian, Enton, Jennifer Coffendorfer, appreciate you both answering the questions tonight. And to everybody at home on Twitter, as always, thank you for sending in some very good questions as we all wait for more answers in this case. Guys, thank you very much.